Hello everyone and welcome to Ancient Insights. Thank you for joining me on this video. Today, a new archaeological research suggests a 3,200-year-old Hittite temple, Yazlikaya, may have served as a timekeeping device on a functioning lunisolar calendar. Please stay tuned for this. Yazlikaya was a sanctuary of Hattusa, the capital city of the Hittite Empire, which today is in the Kırım province of Turkey. Rock reliefs are a prominent aspect of Hittite art, and these are generally regarded as the most important group. This temple was a holy site for the Hittite, located within walking distance of the gates of the city of Hattusa. It has two main chambers formed inside group of rock outcrops. Access to the roofless chambers were controlled by a gateway and building structures built in front of them. However, only the foundations of these structures survived to this day. Most impressive today are the rock reliefs of chambers A and B, portraying the gods of the Hittite pantheon. One of the uses of the sanctuary may have involved the New Year's celebration ceremonies. A 2019 journal article by Rita Goschi and Eberhard Zanger suggested that the place may have served as a timekeeping device, with the carvings serving as markers for lunar and solar movements. It was in use at least since the 16th century BC, but most of the rock carvings date to the reign of the Hittite kings, Tudhaliya IV and Sopiluluma II, in the late 13th century BC, when the site underwent a significant restoration. Yazlikaya, a 3,200-year-old building that was known to have been central in religious ceremonies in the capital city of the ancient Hittite Empire, but according to a new scientific theory, it might have served as a working calendar and a sacred clock. While this expansive Bronze Age site with its incredibly incised carvings have been studied for several decades, a team of experts now proposes that it was a functional tool serving as a timekeeping device, or what you may consider as a massive 3D shadow clock. French archaeologist Tézier explored this site in 1834, and it is known that a few decades before the fall of the Hittite kingdom, around 1190 BC, stonemasons created around 100 reliefs of people, animals, and mythical chimeras in the rock massif's two natural courtyards. Charles Tésier's drawings of these carvings gripped the imaginations of people in Central Europe, as such distinctive art was never expected to have emerged from remote Central Anatolia. Eberhard Zanger, president of Luwian Studies, an international non-profit foundation, and his colleague, Rita Goschi from the University of Basel, have published a research paper on popular archaeology. According to this research, in 1990, Joan Antonio Belmont proposed that 12 uniform male deities discovered in Chamber B correspond with the 12 lunar months in a solar year. Also, American astronomer Edwin C. Krupp recognized signs of celestial elements and a cosmic narrative attempting to keep track of something. Following these clues, the scientists read numerous scientific treatises on Hittite religion and Babylonian astronomy and discovered more than 33,000 documents and fragments in Hattusa. At least 50 deal with astronomical or astrological subjects, which they believe the Hittite received from Mesopotamian astronomer priests some 3,000 years ago. According to Eberhard Zanger, they soon realized that the north wall of the last building to be constructed at Yazlikaya was aligned with the sunset at winter solstice. This claim was based on the oblique arrangement of the temple buildings erected during at least 3 distinct construction phases. It has been discovered by the researchers that the earliest building was oriented to the summer solstice, while the most recent building was oriented to the winter solstice. The summer solstice would have brought the king and his direct family, their high priest, and their entourage to the temple court in the afternoon, where they would have assembled to perform rituals, while the gatehouse provided a framed entrance for the sun goddess Arena to enter the sacred area. Around sunset, her rays would have spilled through the gatehouse, illuminating what the scientists think would have been a gold-plated statue of the goddess. The researchers suggest that in the second chamber would have been an illuminated effigy of the great king, symbolically uniting with the sun goddess, receiving her earthly powers of fertility and growth, as the king's destiny was inseparable from the destiny of the land and the people. While the scientists had found plausible explanation for the arrangement of deities on the western side of Chamber A, they admit to having no clues as to the function of the climatic scenes and the procession of female deities on the chamber's eastern side. They close in on a procession of 19 female deities and a column of natural stone separating a subset of 8 of the female figures. It will already be obvious to the astronomers and astrologers out there that 19 and 8 were synchronized solar years and lunar months, circles known by ancient Greek astronomers as octateries and enidecitries. Knowing that after 19 solar years, 235 lunar months, or 6,940 days, the sun and moon unite in the same constellation in the night sky. The scientists calculated that the female deities must symbolize solar years. In their submission, the scientists say Yazilikaya appeared to be the place where the Hittite priests kept their calendar, and by recording the day, month, and year with simple moving markers, the same way we believe they did at Stonehenge in England. The new year, the solstice, and the equinox could all be calculated to determine the most important agricultural, civic, and ritual dates of the year. The Hittites never missed any chance to honor any of their countless deities, hence the need to correctly record time and date. The greatest challenge of the priests was to correctly set the date for as many as 165 festivals per year. What is your thought on this? Kindly let me know what you think in comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel and enable notification for more insightful videos. Don't forget to like and share this with friends and family on social media. For more ancient history stories, please check this video here. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.